Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. We are checking out Minecraft Beta Edition version 1.5.0.1 and we are doing this from the perspective of a Java player because there are things in this update that ain't in the Java edition just yet. So we're going to be checking out those things specifically, as it's probably a hint as to what's going to be coming in future snapshots of the Java edition of the game. So let's start off with the anvil and the trident right here. If we go and grab the trident, you'll see it is now compatible with unbreaking and also mending. And I find it curious that in this edition of the game, it's mending 1, even though there's only 1 level of it. But those 2 enchantments are now compatible with the trident. So in the patch notes for this update, it says that there's an animation added for when you're using Riptide in first person. That's something you don't have on the Java edition of the game, except I don't really see anything other than what's in the top left of the screen, and that looks pretty cool. So let's go into this view, the third person view, and we have the same texture. Now if you're wondering why it is that I'm not really going anywhere, it's because of course we're in creative mode. So dolphins have been in both editions of the game for some time, but now you'll be able to feed these dolphins with raw fish or raw salmon, and when you do this you're going to see a particle effect and then it swims off in a direction. Now it says in the patch notes that the dolphin will be swimming towards either an ocean ruins or a shipwreck. And these are some ocean ruins down here, and that's exactly where it's led us to. Very good. I'd also like to point out there's a slight breaking animation of the texture of the food that you feed it in front of its mouth. There you go, did you see that? And then it swims off somewhere else. Now it showed us that one, and now is it going to lead us somewhere else, or is it always going to be... Yeah, looks like it's going to be to the nearest one. Maybe that changes after you've broken the chests. Why don't we actually give that a try? Okay, this dolphin is just now circulating above these down here. I've sort of destroyed the chests that were in them. So I'm not really sure what that means at this point. It hasn't swum directly down to these structures, but it keeps going to this area over here. Okay, it would seem that they are attracted to chests, because after destroying a few of them, they are now swimming off over into that direction each and every time. So there were 2 structures here, which I destroyed the chests. I think one of them was just in that space, and the other one was somewhere down there. And then they kept swimming to this location, and eventually I realised, hang on a second, there's a structure here. It was awkwardly hidden under this large area, and eventually I found the chest, and then there was another one just over to the side with a chest as well. Anyway, each time I destroyed a chest, they would basically swim to a new location. So it seems that they are attracted to the chests, and when they're not there, they swim to another one. The next set of notes in the changelogs are rather big game changes for undead mobs. It's said that they are now going to sink in water and can walk on the bottom. If we go and spawn in a skeleton horse, this is one of the ones that has a specific note about it. So you can see that it is sinking, and that specific note is that you can actually mount the skeleton horse and use it underwater. Now, if you're thinking, this is a bit weird, this is a bit odd, I think this is actually extremely cool, because you can get this mob right here in Survival Minecraft, and it will basically be a form of underwater transport. I really do think that's got some potential right there, and I want to see if the same is of the undead horse. Now, you can't get this one in survival mode, but it also sinks, so that's kind of cool. And there's just a drowned there hanging out. That's awesome. Another note is about the husk. A husk underwater will turn into a zombie and then potentially turn into a drowned as well. So I think what we're going to do is just spawn a couple of these, let them hang out while we check out some of the other things, and they should turn into zombies and then eventually turn into drowns as well. Okay, those zombies just turned into drowns, which means that these husks should then turn into zombies, unless the conversion time is longer. I got distracted while they were converting and didn't capture it on camera, and there we go, you can see them converting, and I was also curious to see if they would stay as a baby, so that's cool to know. Very interesting stuff, right? We've got some more undead mobs as well. We have a skeleton that's now going to hang out underwater. I've also got a wither skeleton here. Yep, that one now sinks. A stray as well. Awesome. Now it says in the patch notes that both strays and skeletons won't be using their bows when they're underwater, that they will actually be using a melee attack on the player. So why don't we go somewhere else where there isn't so many mobs and switch into survival mode. Okay, so they look like they're going to shoot, but they're not shooting. They're not shooting at all. Now we're going to walk in close to them and melee attack. And you, yep, melee attack. There you go. So these mobs burn in the daytime. Will they now instinctively go to water is what I'm thinking. You have a helmet on. Let's put it a little bit closer. Kind of looks like... Yes, they're definitely going straight into the water, which they will then sink. So maybe at night time they will then come back out onto the surface. It looks like they're trying to get out, but none of them actually have. They're all just hanging out at the surface here. That's interesting. No, so maybe they don't go onto the land at night time. And the wither skeleton doesn't burn. But that one headed into the water. So did that one. These two are not so sure. Aha. Yes. Okay, so wither skeletons are going to head into the water by the looks of it. There is one last patch note that I would like to mention. It says that drowns are no longer behind the experimental gameplay toggle, which I am currently using. If they're not behind that, then does that mean they're part of the official game for people that play on the Bedrock edition? It seems a little bit strange to do something like that, so I'm not sure what to make sure of that note. But anyway, that's it from me this video. There are, of course, more changes and things in this update, but I just wanted to look at the things that weren't in the PC edition. That's what I'm probably going to be doing with these Bedrock update videos. So anyway, that is it from me. If you have enjoyed the video, leave a like. As always, thank you for the support, and I'll see you with another update video soon. Bye-bye.